I believe, I believe.
Hello, everybody. Gosu, you're first. Welcome in. Phaedros, welcome. Deadshot788, thank you so much for the sub, man. Thank you so much. Welcome, guys. We're into the Sunday night stream. And yeah, sound alerts are on the list to be corrected. So, we are continuing Blood Knights. I have not touched them since this previous Sunday. So I have edge highlights on the red, and then I have cloth, and I have skin, lances, and horses, brown on different straps and saddles. Yeah, little banner things on their lances. I have the actual banner on the mini, so there is a lot to do. Just gonna go ahead and get started. You have a battle report? Oh, sweet. Let's hear it. Let's hear what you got. See, awesome. Love how these are coming along. Almost done with my assassin. Need some pigments on the base tomorrow. Let the nails dry. Nice. Okay. Very cool. Some of the smallest detail you've seen in a plastic mini. Alexis. Oh, wow. All right. I was messing around with some army list stuff. I thought you could get assassins in 30k, but apparently you can't. Or maybe it's just a loyalist thing and I was set to trader or something. There is like a crazy assassin, like demon possessed dude that has rules. But nothing specific for assassin. There's a 30k. Yeah, the demon thing. Yep. Okay. I think what's insane is that messing around with a cult's militia list, and that demon assassin is one of the most expensive things in that list. Which is really funny. But a game where I was roll terrible all game, roll blackguard saves like they were sixes and lost the squad. Second, I got fed up with the game. I turned around and won with executioners charging, wiping out like 4 squads. Oh dang. That's good. Oh, you were playing that's fantasy, right? You're playing the old world? I was like, Blackguard. I was like, what a guard. Oh yeah. Nice. I feel like executioners are the people to do that though, to just wipe out other squads. Dark are Skaven. Yep. Yesterday saw my glorious rat boys do battle with the bloodthirsty corn bloodbound. Mini rat sites okay. Scavenge their meat. Yep. Rat boys victorious, winning 44-24 against one of our veteran AOS players. Zinch shenanigans, and my opponent did roll pretty low overall. Dice are hot. Wanted to be nice to the new god on the block. Oh yeah, that sounds like Skaven or Zinch. Very nice though. That's cool. Congrats on your Skaven winning. Skaven are cool. Skaven are always cool. Zen, what's up, man? To look up color scheme for high elves, look up Total War Warhammer. High elf factions. I'm not sure like an exact search to just bring up color schemes, but yeah, Total War Warhammer, you know, they have high elves in there, and you can look up all kinds of crazy schemes. Waiting for paint to dry, aren't we all? Why we're here, right? New Lord Lictor would make a great Blade Guard. Achieve, what's that? Blade Guard Ancient. Oh, okay. Yeah, the you're talking about the Sigmarine dude, right? The Stormcast guy. That's exactly, I think, what most people looking at that model think. Like Chaplain or Blade Guard Ancient. Honestly, the Blade Guard Ancient, the actual mini is like mediocre at best. So that mini might do a really good job being a Blade Guard Ancient. Yeah. What's up, Professor Grimm? How you doing? You guys want to see some stuff I've been 3D printing? Pilots report MVP was Gracier, who's skitter leaped all over the board, scoring battle tactics, nice. Giving Strike's last cancer to a unit, nice. That's great, Phaedros, that's great. Dark Elves versus Skaven, Phaedros, or Fuegan, that's awesome, man. I want to play some more Old World sometime. Shosha Prince, okay, alright. Another foot here, another piece of leg armor, and then I'll break out the 3D prints. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna stop by before going to bed. Oh yeah. One means I'll have to bring less to teach it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Up here. So first thing, I have a whole bunch more of these. These guys. So, and by a bunch more, I mean like 30 more of these guys. Lose a lot of idea. Does it? I don't know anything about Underworlds, so I heard people were like kind of upset about the news, but also I thought it was good because I thought it was dead, and they're doing like a second edition. So, I mean, I don't know. I get it though. So a bunch more of these riflemen here. Next thing I printed, let's see, I got all these other things here. I printed a command squad, so I got a guy with a banner here. So, banner dude for command squad. I have, this is a lieutenant that I print. He's pointing, you know, he's got a sword, so, you know, he's doing something. And then I also have a colonel slash force commander who's just standing there. Yeah, the trench devils, yep. Just standing there menacingly with his cool helmet. So that's some other stuff I have printed. Not over. So I got a whole command squad. I also printed some dudes without the ponchos. And I don't know if I can... Oh, okay, yep. First guy I grabbed. So this guy doesn't have the poncho, and I give him a helmet. So he just has more armor. So I'm like, this guy's like command squad dude, right? No unique decks for each warband, which gives him a fighting type. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you combine the decks. Okay. So, command squad guys. I printed out a couple sergeants too. They just have like pistol and sword. So I have a couple sergeants. Next. Okay, let's see. Guy is not glued, but Rough Rider or Militia Cavalry. So these are the Militia Cav. Because I'm wondering if what I have is just went into unplayable. Yeah, there's definitely a chance of that, Grim. I thought about you actually watching that announcement. I was like, oh no, like Grim and his beautiful project. And I actually I have a couple of these bases that they would go on. So just from like random AOS stuff I have. So this is the bases they'll go on. So this is a completed horse. I have 10 of these horses and a bunch of legs and like upper bodies. So I can make some cav. A little smaller than the Blood Knights. So so yeah, there's these guys, but that's not all. Not all I have printed. Also have get these printed as well. Look at that mini. There's some little slices of resin on this guy, but I have 4 of these printed, and these guys were only a couple pieces. It's crazy how cool these are. So I hollowed out this and I drained it, so he's got like a little drain hole in a couple places that's kind of covered, but there's 2 that aren't covered. So yeah, and I gave him an autocannon. So yeah, I can give him different ones. I might print another 4 and give him multi-meltas. But yeah, the autocannon kind of comes standard with him, which is really cool. Blue, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, little sentinels. More again for my militia. And these dudes are like 60 points apiece. With the autocannon and stuff. You don't really give them anything except like the 1 weapon. That's all they get. But yeah, I got like different like running poses and everything, because you can pose the legs and the feet, and it's cool. So yeah, that's what I got. So I'm getting there, getting close to 100 minis. I don't know if we'll get to 100 minis. Yeah, it's gonna happen. John Locke, how you doing, man? How you doing? Lesson was learned. Opponent went a long and detailed spiel about his army, what it could do. I mostly couldn't follow it because ADD. See if you wanted an explanation of my stuff, and he passed. In charge of Overlord's big group of warriors, saying on high step will strike first. Clever general would scurry away. Oh, that's funny. Hey, that's on him though. That's on him. Yep. There we go. Okay. Welcome in, guys. I am painting Blood Knights today. I was showing off some 3D prints I had been working on for the weekend. So yesterday, the Fire Raptors. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, okay. So Friday, I got my COVID booster and a flu shot. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. I probably won't feel super great on Saturday, for a little bit, but it'll be all right. I went to bed, so I streamed. I was part of Crucial Blue's stream on Friday. He was streaming Plate-Doh, doing celebrity chef Plate-Doh, and I was one of the celebrity chefs. A little honored. We franchised making spaghetti. A restaurant called Spud Get About It, or Spud Dart Get About It. It was great. Yeah. So I got my got some vaccines, and then I played up until 1 a.m. and I went to sleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night with a fever. It was Spaghetti About It first, but then it changed. Your voice was there. Oh no. Yeah, so I woke up with a fever that night, and that morning I felt like I got hit by a truck. So it has been quite a while since I've gotten a COVID booster, and I think it was the COVID booster that did that. But I was destroyed all yesterday. So I had like grandiose plans of things I was gonna do, and no, no, no. The spudgetti would never poison. It's healthy. It's health food. Was lit having a great time to light up stream. That's good. Spud Dart Get About It. Yep. Spud Dart Get About It was the final form. Yeah, so my whole Saturday was shot. In August, didn't feel anything. My immune system was all thrown out of whack for 1 to 2 weeks after. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, so yesterday sucked. Today I felt great. So I'm back at it doing things today, but you know, catching up from yesterday. That was my exciting weekend. If you guys had an exciting weekend, let me know. That's what you guys had going on. Yeah, I was trying to get some prints going. I was trying to. I was gonna.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Just like I didn't do anything. Didn't do a thing. They're shotting. What's up? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Anything is my initial series? You reminded me, I don't want a 4th run in with COVID. Ooh, 4th run in, jeez. I've actually never had COVID. Really moving into a new shop. $1,300 on steel shelves. Holy cow. A lot of money in shelves. That's cool though. Hopefully it's a good positive change. $100 more in shells. I'm so impressed when I see someone paint that good. I totally messed up my Blood Angels. You know what though? That's fine. That's fine. You know, they're shot in all mini painting is. It's just fixing your mistakes until you feel like you're done, or until you give up. Like that's all it is, man. It's literally just making mistakes and correcting it. So don't feel bad. We're all in different places too. There's no I don't think there's ever like I've made it kind of moment with painting. You know, there are moments where you're like, yeah, like I can't believe I did that, or like I'm so happy I was able to do that, or that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be trying something out. But yeah, it's definitely not a hobby where you're like you do something and you're done because you won at painting. I don't know. I've never won any awards for my painting. Escape the Dream, what's going on? How you doing? My storage unit, dang. Yeah, having a toilet in your workspace, that's nice. Yeah. Very nice. So people kind of mixed emotions about the Underworld's reveals. What about the other reveals, guys? Anybody getting a holiday box? Getting one of those fancy boxes? I probably won't pick up any for myself. A sucker for Necron holiday sets, but that I already have a Void Dragon. There is no way I am buying and assembling and painting another Void Dragon for myself. Does not warrant that. Yeah. Sectrix, what's up? Juicel, how you doing? Getting the Dark Angel's nice. I think the Dark Angels one is really cool anyway. Like, I feel like it comes with stuff that Dark Angel, that someone like starting Dark Angels will want. I think that's what's great about it. All the stuff for the armies I have, yeah, Deadshot's fair. Spill Paint Pot, welcome in, man. The Imperial Knight box does look good. I am not an Imperial Knight player, but I feel like that box sets you up to play Imperial Knights really well. One big knight and a bunch of war dogs, right? They're called war dogs. Armigers? They're armigers. War dogs are the chaos ones. Is that right? I'm not stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, the Necron one, the big draw is it's the Void Dragon, and like Void Dragon 10 warriors and 10 Lich Guard and the Chronomancer or something, right? Just like, or it's the Transcendent Lord or something. That's not for me. I do like Necron warriors. I can paint a box of Necron warriors in about 3 hours. So it's not like a difficult project, it's just more of the same. You get one just so I don't need to buy any more plastic knights. That's fair, yeah. 2K Black Templar army, nice. Again, a new color scheme, so you start a whole new army. Dang, that's dedication to Black Templars. Ooh. Hey guys, feel free to, you got minis you want to show off, feel free to jump in the Discord. And I love seeing people's minis. It's always, I don't comment on everything, but it is always great to see the crazy stuff you guys are painting. Just all the wonderful minis, whether it's, you know, Warhammer related or not. Like, you guys in the hobby just paint crazy stuff. I love it. Oh, blue 1. Ooh, ooh. There's Cartman yelling, "Rebel fight!" Except mod fight. Yeah, I really like how those sets are kind of compatible with the corresponding combat patrols. I think that's really cool. Which I think the army boxes that have been coming out with the codexes are similar, where there's not like crossover between those and the combat patrol. So GW has been aware of like, this is how we get people to collect and to do things. Okay, there's one down. We got 6 more of these guys. Ugh. Oh, I can imagine this Cartman, yeah. Over here, right. But yeah. I'm back. I'm part of 5 Warhammer Discords. I get it. Dude, I'm in like 50. It's crazy, crazy all the Discords that just happen. Yeah, and if you guys, if you're curious, I do have a YouTube. On that YouTube channel, there's not a ton on there. I stream on YouTube as well, so some of you guys might be listening on YouTube. I don't know if anyone's on YouTube. I don't think anybody's. But if you want to, subscribe to the YouTube, I'm waiting for a couple more things to happen, and then got kind of a project. Zendral and I have like a project we're working on for YouTube, which Patreon knows a lot more about that. Want to know more about that? Also got Patreon thing, and I'll be done promoting myself. So all the different things going. So not an addiction. I can choose to tap. I choose not to. Yeah. But anytime I want. Just don't want to. Working on Savage Orcs Warband for Underworld, hoping some major work done on them over the week. Very nice. That's cool. I do love your I love your project though, Grim. Like painting all those warbands. I think it's really cool because you're just like, I'm gonna paint like 5, 6, 7 minis for a faction and then I move on. I'm sure it really helps with like enjoying the process of painting, so you're not locked into like, you know, same paint scheme over and over for 60 different minis or whatever. That's really cool. Was it that bunker I started in 2007? Alright, I'll check it out in a minute, Deadshot. That's great. And welcome to the Discord, guys. Really chill group. If you've got questions about the hobby, you know, like a painting technique or to collect something, or people think your army list will be any good for whatever game, like, you know, you can post in there. We got some super friendly and knowledgeable people. There's one guy that chills out in the Discord who's like one of the top AOS players in Canada, I think. I can't answer your AOS competitive questions, but somebody can. So training, I plan on finishing. Nice. October, I'm doing the Orcs and get a new Vampire Warband after that. The Vampire Warband's great. I actually have that. It's the one Underworld's Warband I own. Never played the game, I just wanted to paint vampires. Grab the new kill team. Oh, cool, cool. Remember, what's the difference? Except Warhammer costs more. Warhammer probably does cost more, yeah. Use my Queek Head Taker. Gonna rebase him size as Crit Hawk. Use my proxy, okay. Is that the mini that kind of looks like Queek, but has like a new mini? Because Queek Head Taker would be long dead. Hey, Raja, what's up? You back in the States? Indeed. Sorry you had to come back. Hopefully you had a great trip though. AOS buying Warhammer Underworld's Warband lets you get a feel for the color scheme. That's true, Grim. That is true. Yeah. Did get my favorite Mediterranean food last night for dinner, so that felt highlighted the day for sure. There's so much garlic, you can feel it, like while you're eating. You guys ever eaten so much garlic? It's just such a good feeling. Talking to my girlfriend, and she said I can have a room dedicated to Warhammer. Is that a W? That definitely is a W. I have a meme for that, where it's like a floor plan of a house. And it's like kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, and then it's like Warhammer room. And it's like 90% of the house is the Warhammer room.
Every day's a good day when you paint.
There's Shot, and thanks for the sub, man. More of a painting guy, or do you like playing more and painting just part of it? Ooh, that is...
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you.
That's a tough question. Thank you so much for the sub, though. And thank you for the follow, Escape the Dream. Okay. So my thoughts on gaming and painting. I do like to paint. For me, though, painting is it's a lot more of like a goal-oriented thing. Like, I like to paint because I like to have painted things. So, you know, like when I paint, I enjoy myself when I'm painting. Journeyman Paint Hour, welcome in. I don't like hate painting. I don't like not enjoy painting. It's just like it's not usually something that I'm like. I guess I do feel like, man, I can't wait to paint sometimes, but it's more like I can't wait to have X painted. And a lot of my personal painting, for like my own projects, a lot of that revolves around getting minis ready for the tabletop. I very rarely paint a mini for myself just because I enjoy it. So I'm probably more of a gaming guy, but you know, I am called the painting dad, so it's that. Painting dad first of his name. Yeah, painting is definitely like it's super important to me for my armies and for the hobby. I don't know if I'd necessarily enjoy this hobby as much if like things were pre-painted, even if they were pre-painted really well. Like, it's always a nice feeling when you show up to a game with a fully painted army and people are coming over and like commenting on stuff and saying nice things and all that. Like, that to me is a good high. But yeah. Hey, Myconid, what's going on? Yeah, Zen. Yeah, I do. Let's chill. I think there's a chance Killicam might stop by for a little bit too. Dude's actually off work. We just gonna hang out and like hobby? Is that what you want to do? I was gonna put some Emperor's Children together if we were. Started playing 40k. I wasn't worried about getting everything painted. If you're playing games where my stuff's completely painted, yeah. I'm now a bit of like my stuff has to be painted. Yeah, it's good motivation though. Like when you can manage being that guy that's like, I have to have it painted before I play it. That is incredible motivation to get your stuff painted. Great motivation. You're just some late nights, but that's it. I'm doing great, Myconid. Yeah. You're gonna play some Sword Masters. Nice. You got them primed? Did you just prime them by hand, or did you get your airbrush working enough to prime those, or what? And everything. Okay, that's fair. Were you able to find some color schemes? I was thinking the person to ask who might be able to point you in the direction, or at least would know what to look for, would be Gosu. Because Gosu is familiar with Total War, might be able to find like basically like examples of all the high elf factions in Total War. Just buy the game. Just go into the Yellow and blue. There is a yellow and blue color scheme. And I can't remember which exact faction. My brain wants to say Tyrannok, but I know it's not Tyrannok because they're like it's one of like the colony factions. I've killed many of them. Hey Gosu, where's the what's the colony faction with the blue and yellow? I was trying to get Zen some inspiration. It's here. It's 2 done for the evening. That's 5 done total. A Laytalk? No, it's not a Laytalk. Or is that actually it? For the High Elves. A Laytalk is the it's the Eldar. Let's see. It is Tyrannok. Playing Space Marine 2 motivated me to start playing again. But seeing you painting gave me the last bit of motivation. That's awesome. Dear Sharden, if you did you join the Discord? By all means, share some pictures, man. Share some pictures, and that might be joined. And someone else shared pictures too. Sorry, I meant to look. The terrain. That's Deadshot, isn't it? The old school like trench terrain. That's awesome. You say you started that like 2009 or something, like 15 years ago? Yeah, I see those little epic tanks down there. Little rhinos. I don't know if that's legions or it's Forge World. Oh, cool. All right. It's 2007. Yeah. Oof. Uvris is the closest. Okay, Uvris. Isn't that the Eltharions? Peeps? That might be it. Mostly blue and white though. Yeah. I still want to finish my vampire accounts before December's over. A lot that needs to happen, but there's only one other thing after these Blood Knights I'm really concerned about taking up my time. Any amount, and that's the Vampire Lord on the Zombie Dragon. So, end of October. Did I say December? I meant October. I am apparently tired. Winter project, we finished my Imperial Fist Imperialis painting. Oh, sweet, Deadshot, sweet. Dude, please share pictures. Hey, what's the thought on the Dark Mechanicum, guys? What are you guys thinking? I want to hear thoughts. Hey, Hetzer, what's up, man? Yeah, it is old age thing. Yeah, Hetzer would know. But yeah, I'm getting old, guys. And hairs, yeah. I love it too because, yeah, they showed off the first mini for Dark Mechanicum, and they showed off their book for Legions Imperialis, Raja. Dark Mechanicum and Legions Imperialis. However, they there is a preview image of the vehicle they showed off. The big, like, arachnid-looking walker thing. And in the I know you had, sir. It's all good, man. In that preview image, they show normal Heresy, like 28 mil scaled what are they, thralls, tech thralls, like next to it. And that mini is way more detailed. The photo, it's like the Heresy photos, it's like they take photos of minis and they like put them into the artwork. And they did that. Like, you can actually see the base on one of the tech thralls. Something that can get the whole range in case it stops. Oh yeah, okay. Dang. Well, I mean, they're putting stuff out. It doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. To be honest, I thought of any of the games GW's put out lately, it would be Imperialis that kind of did not perform as I think they hoped. Recurring old man rant spawning here. Of course, Hetzer, please do. We get old man rants all the time. As long as you're not hating people, you know, and I swear, if you use the word woke in your rant, you're getting banned. Like, unironically using that word, that's just straight up ban. Anyway, it's fun to paint. I bet those are fun to paint. I have, I woke up, get him out of here. Get Fuegan out of here. Put my Ben Franklins to see him. Yeah, the minis do look really good for Imperialis. You're gonna steal it? Please do. Yeah. My big issue with the Imperialis minis are that their tanks, I think their vehicles are too many pieces. These intentionally for fuel, along with caffeine. All right. I almost feel like I would put as much effort assembling like a Heresy tank for like big like Age of Darkness game, like about the same amount of effort as I would assembling a tiny little Imperialis tank. Like, they just look like they're way too many pieces. That is a minor gripe from my end, though, for someone who has not yet put together Imperialis minis. I could be totally off base with that, but there are some complicated looking minis. Costs as much as an Imperial Knight. It does. Yeah, Ghost Hawks, you're right. Yeah, the big ones. Yep. I remember at my local store, I was browsing through and I was like, wow, I was like, this knight, cool, look at this knight. I was like, 107. I was like, I've never seen that knight before. What is, oh, it's, I think at the time it was Titanicus or whatever. I was like, this is a Titanicus knight? Like, why is it 150 bucks? Marines' arm contact points are tough to maneuver, if I'm honest. Really? Okay. Okay. Some are. Once you do one, the assembly line really well. That's fair. That's fair. Building 2 Raptors at once. Nice. I didn't know you'd messed with Imperialis stuff. Blue. So messing with a militia army for heresy. And I'm gonna do this little spiel again. If you guys aren't familiar with the militia army list in Horus Heresy game, you can literally take 1,000 minis in a standard size game. Like comfortably take 1,000 minis in a standard size Horus Heresy game. That's just part of that. That's what that army does. It is cheap rabble. It's the reserves, like the worst of the conscripts that are fighting in this Civil War. Misfit, welcome, and thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, the only way to get banned is to give Crucial Blue a compliment. That sounds terrible. You know what? Crucial Blue, you're a wonderful person, and I enjoy spending time in your streams and streaming with you. So, there. You can pre-ban me, Sectorix, if you want to. That is a badge of honor, sir. Silver Scratch Built Productions, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. I was banned myself 3 times. So, hold on. Remember movie Big with Han? He's testing the transformer. It turns into a building. Titans. Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. Alright. Ugh, this hit arbor. Step takes forever. I hope everything else goes faster than this. So, I made a sample. Oh, you're talking about the regular scale. Yeah. That's fair, yeah. And I've assembled like, oh my gosh, I have assembled 100 plus of those Marines, so I've had the experience. And it's like they're all, you know, there's only 5 different like poses, so it gets repetitive and you kind of figure it out. I get that. Alright, so the random like sample list I came up with is the following. What is that? Okay, hold on. No, I'm kind of ran first. 48-hour paint-a-thon. That sounds awesome. Hope you got a lot painted. What did you paint in your paint-a-thon? Okay, we got a rant. Dropped in the preview stream. People were subbing and giving bits. Oh no, oh man. That made me... That was killing me. The fact that Games Workshop had a hype train going. I was like blown away. Like, who is giving GW bits? Who is doing that? Why would you give the corporation bits? You're giving money to Twitch and Games Workshop, and you're not even getting miniatures. Oh man, lurk in the background listening. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'll finish reading this rant. All right, either people are absolutely daft, they're mistakenly in some parasocial relationship in their minds to buy recognition from an entity. Yep. Even worse with people who do so with some other types of streamers, believing they'll create a relationship with that. That's true. That's kind of what it reminded me of when I saw people like giving bits and subs to Games Workshop. I was like, these are like the OnlyFans guys, right? Saying inappropriate amounts of money or goods in person. Yeah. It's so weird. They're giving money to a pre-recorded Games Workshop stream. I don't get it. It was yeah. Good rant, Henser. No, I am 100%. I was watching that stream. I was like, there's no way people are giving bits and subbing to this. The Games Workshop stream used to be a subscribers only stream, so you had to subscribe to watch it, which is funny. I think COVID happened and they dumped that so they could get some more capitalize on things. GW played the pandemic really well, honestly. They made out crazy from that pandemic. Anyway, yeah, when they were live, it was nice. Proxy for Throne of Judgment, Inquisitor, and one of his henchmen. Just 6 more henchmen to go. Nice. All right. See, we're getting some stuff done. Very nice. That's awesome to hear, man. Well, if you got a place for pictures, I would love to see what you got. Or if you do happen to be in the Discord and you want to share pictures. Either way, that sounds great, man. Love to take a look. So my cults and militiamen list that I messed around with. Here's what it is. Pretty casual numbers here. I have a force commander. You need a force commander to unlock their like traits. They're called provinces. They're like the way they work, basically. The provinces I took, there's one that was like elite, which just gives them all +1 leadership, and other one was gene crafted, which is like, you know, they're like genetically modified a little bit. And which is funny about that one is at the start of the game, all it is, you roll a d6 for each squad in your army. On a roll of 1, they start pinned. They spend the whole first turn pinned, which is a quarter of the game out of the game, basically. And on a 2 through 6, they get a bonus. That bonus. That's what it is. So, yeah, and the bonus is good, not amazing, but it's worth doing. It was sub only before COVID, also, because I used to use a Prime sub every once in a while when they would do like Middle Earth tournaments, and because they did really like high quality Middle Earth tournament coverage, so I enjoyed watching those just to see the kind of crazy list people would come up with. But so I took a force commander. Posting community page here on YouTube. Oh, cool. Okay. Take a look, guys. Go look at Silver's Scratch Built Productions YouTube channel. Sorry, I had some notifications here. So Force Commander. All right, dude's 100 points. I think I gave him a 3-up involvement save. That's what I did. It was like 25 points to give him that. So he's 125 points. I am still, I meant to change it. Would anyone like, could I don't know if Zen's still hanging out. Would you mind changing me over to the miniatures? I think I'm gonna do the miniatures directory has way more people. I think that'd just be better to move over to that directory. I was checking it out the other night. Figure out. Okay, I appreciate it, Blue. Thank you, man. Use my Prime sub for them only. Yeah, that's what I did. Yep. Dang, you're watching every day. Wow. So there was some point, I think, during the pandemic where they stopped the subscriber only views. So, like I said, Force Commander. Then I took it's called the Cult, like, Abominations. It's a Cult Abomination. It's a demon. That's basically a demon assassin. That's what it is. And they show up a couple times in the Horus Heresy series. I have seen 2 of them show up in the reading I've done through like the first 15 or so books. But I took one of those because I have no idea mini I'm going to use for it. But it sounds really cool. Heretic Scott, what's up? My Force Commander has a command squad that's with him. So, okay, there we go. It's another 100 points. In my elites, I took a big squad of 10 Ogryn. You take 10 Ogryn in a squad. I gave him an Ogryn boss, which is like a sergeant, but he's like a souped up sergeant. Like, he's really strong. For militia, they're not strong. Nothing in militia is good, but for a militia, they're really strong. And I gave that Ogryn boss a Thunderhammer. So I literally have an Ogryn running around with a Thunderhammer. And what's cool about the Thunderhammer on the Ogryn boss is Thunderhammer just double your strength. So they're super strong in Heresy, and he's already strong as an Ogryn. It's double strength. That's my only elite choice. My troops choice. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. My troops that I took, they do this weird thing where you take multiple squads in like a single selection. So I have a bunch of stuff. I have 6 squads of just militia infantry. 6 squads of them. Each squad is 20 dudes, so 120 militia infantry. And they are just bare bones militia infantry. It's 80 points a squad, and that's it. What's up, Crispy Bangs? How you doing? I have a squad of 20 levy because they're 2 points a model, and I had 40 points left, so I took 20 of those guys. I think I took 2 mortar squads, or no. I took a big mortar squad, like 5 mortars, and then 2 sniper squads, which are really expensive, but snipers are really good in the game, and just being able to like take out unit sergeants and stuff as militia might be really good. So took 2 sniper squads, and I got some cool sniper minis, so took that. But yeah, that's just casually 155 minis for my troops choice. My fast attack, I took 8 sentinels. So I have 4 of them, you know, like assembled and everything that you guys have seen. So 8 sentinels, 4 of them have multi-meltas and 4 of them have autocannons. So, like the red, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And we're working through this barding. I got this nice like maroon color on this barding. We're just going through this like edge highlight on you. Just trying to finish these minis up. There's no way I'm finishing these minis tonight, but maybe sometime this week. My favorite legion for Heresy, hands down, Thousand Sons. I'm a huge Thousand Sons fanboy, so I have a large Thousand Sons army, and I plan on adding a lot more to them. It's just I found this, like, I had this moment last week, and I was like, you know, I want some militia, and so yeah, I've been 3D printing a militia army. What I've been doing. Red black gradient on the base rim. This is just from airbrush. This is nothing right now. It's gonna be painted over. No, it's not meant to be there. It was just me airbrushing the mini. That's all. Thanks for noticing, though. What else did I take? I put in my fast attack. Oh, I took a unit of 15 cav, militia cav with lances, which are really cool. So wanted some cavalry, so I'll take some cavalry. And then my heavy support, 6 Earthshaker cannons, which are like not on the it's not on a basilisk, it's just like fixed emplacement guns, 6 of those, and then a squad of rapier laser destroyers. So it's basically 4 las cannons all together, put on a little tracked vehicle that people push around. That's all it is. Hey, you Raptor. Good morning. How you doing?
I believe every day's a good day when you pay.
Hey, DeWink. Thank you so much, man, for the sub. I really appreciate that. How are you doing this evening? No time with back. Got pictures up now. Hopefully, like, oh, cool. Take a look a little bit. You need a lot of coffee today. I get it. It's hard to get started some days. I understand. Man, thank you so much for the sub. But yeah, that is my 3,000 points. It's pushing 200 minis. A pretty low model count, honestly. I'm actually surprised it's so low to model count. I could fit another 65 minis in if I took out the demon assassin dude. But I kind of like the demon assassin guy. He looks like he'd be fun watching you. Inspiration, want to paint. Still not paint. Oh no. That's alright, man. You get started in your own time. Not a job, it's a hobby. Most. It's easier to restart with Horus Heresy or with normal 40k if there's a difference. Oh. Here's what I'm gonna say, Der Schaden. Are you saying you're jumping back into 40k? Were you like out of the game for a while? And you're like getting back in? Because that definitely changes what I'm about to say. Oh, okay, so you were in, what, 7th edition when you played? Was that 40k 7th edition? Der Schaden? I don't think 8th was out yet. 8th wasn't until... No, 2016 still had 7th edition, because I went to a tournament in 2016. Yeah, especially if you jumped out with 7th edition. Yeah, you'll... Horus Heresy is like 7.5. So, they made a quote-unquote new game. But it was essentially 7th edition with changes and improvements. It would probably be easier for you to get back into the game with Heresy. I am a huge Horus Heresy fanboy, though. I love the game. I enjoy playing it, but I'm also like an old man that played like old 40k. I like 10th edition 40k. It's not my favorite edition, but I do like it. I do not like it as much as Horus Heresy. Yeah, you would probably jump into a 10th edition 40k and think it's super boring and bland. Everything has strength and wounds and toughness. There's no vehicle armor. Leadership is like you just get a debuff if you fail a leadership check. Yeah, there's huge differences. What else? There's no force organization chart. You just take basically what you want, and there's like limits on the numbers of each unit you take. Characters can join units again. There's no real like psychic powers. What it is, every unit has an ability. Every single unit in the game has an ability, a special rule that's just for them. And sometimes those abilities are like a psychic power if the unit has psychic power, but there's no like psychic phase, which there's no psychic phase in Heresy. They changed up psychic powers in Heresy, but there is psychic powers. Yeah, everything has toughness and wounds and attacks. So there's no like straight up vehicle rules in the sense of the old Warhammer. There's no initiative. It's like a back and forth thing when you get to combat. There are command points, which is also something new in 10th. It's basically a resource that you get at this. You get like a point. You build up a point at like the start of each player's turn, and you spend those on like special army abilities and stuff to like buff up a unit or to help a unit do something like extra strong, extra special. Command points are one of my least favorite things about modern 40k, because it, depending on who you play with, it can get very gotcha. Yeah, it's a lot more gamey, yeah, with like holding objectives. So there's very much a you're trying to score 100 victory points. Like that's your max points you score, and every turn there's secondaries that can be random, and like you're trying to get your units like to trade by sitting on an objective for that turn, or it's sitting in the middle of the board, or killing an enemy character, or just doing something like that, are all your secondaries. And there's primary objectives that you capture at the start of your turn. You score those points, so sitting on those points, and you build up points through Heresy definitely has a lot more of a narrative focus. What miniatures do you have that you would want to use in Heresy? If you're rocking like orcs and Tyranids, then no, you can't use those in Heresy. It is strictly, you know, the Imperial Civil War. If you have Space Marines, a lot of the older Space Marines are wearing Mark 7 armor, which Mark 7 armor was used at like the tail end of the Heresy, so like it's you know, lore wise it's fine. I play with someone who plays Blood Angels, and he has 150 Assault Marines, and a lot of those are Mark 7, like old school 40k Assault Marines that he got when people were selling them when they went to Legends. And he uses those. It's not a problem. Like, I don't think older Space Marine minis would be a problem. There are a ton of new plastic Heresy minis that are really nice looking. The Heresy minis are compatible with any Legion, and they're honestly relatively decent priced compared to stuff like, you know, 40k or AOS. Like, you're getting it's bigger boxes though, so a box of Tactical Marines is $80 retail, like $80 US retail, but you get 20 Marines in the box. If you have like a good store discount of like 20%, you're spending $64 or something. Yeah, $64 for 20 Marines. That's a really solid deal. Like, that's good for GW mini. I have found play Blood Angels. Red Space Marines into special units. Small army, should the old starter pack, Marines, Chaos Marines. Oh yeah. I mean, you'd probably be fine to jump into Heresy with that kind of stuff. I think if you find a local group that's playing Heresy and you tell them like, hey, this is what I have, I think most people would, just about anybody, be super welcoming. And if you find out the group is like, if they're saying like, no, you have to have, which Blood Angels did use Mark 7 in the Heresy because it was like the Siege of Terra and stuff. But anyway, if people are getting like really weird about it, don't try to play with that group anyway. Like, it's a good red flag to stay away from those people. So I found locally my Heresy group is way more chill than the 40k group that we have. Much smaller, but very chill. Oh man, the Horus Heresy, you're talking about like the Age of Darkness box, right? That Age of Darkness set is probably the best value starter set GW's ever put out, except for maybe the 5th edition 40k starter. But that set is insane, and that is the perfect start to any army. That's like almost a 2,000 point army right there off the bat. So you put that with any other extras you have, yeah, and you're good. Wait, with the speeder bikes, Marines, and Terminators. Wait, a Heresy pack with speeder bikes, Marines, and Terminators? I don't remember Heresy pack with bikes. Not speeder bikes. Okay, okay. The Whoa, is that a bot that got through? Jeez. Okay, the Age of Darkness. So it had like the big Spartan in it, the Dreadnought, the characters. From 2014, the Heresy box. Is that the Prospero one? Or the Calth one? The Betrayal at Calth. Dang, with that old school monopose Dreadnought. Oh, you're talking about you're talking about like the 6th or 7th edition starter set with the Raven Guard and stuff. Is that the one you're talking about? Jerry, thank you so much and welcome in. I appreciate the compliment. You have the 40K box set, Dark Vengeance set, and the 2023 Heresy box. Okay, okay. So you have the new Heresy box, which is insane. It's a great box. And you have the Dark Vengeance set, which is also incredible. So, I mean, it's all right. The Dark Vengeance box is maybe a little less used because it's very like themed for Dark Angels. But if you want to run Dark Angels are really good and they're like crazy complicated. They have tons of different ways to play in Horus Heresy. Fair. I'm going to use the Horus Heresy Marines and Age of Darkness box as Iron Warriors for 40k. Hey, that's sweet though. It's a cool way of going about it. That set's just so good though. Like, if you play Space Marines, you know, that set is an amazing value. 300 retail. I got mine for 200. I didn't buy it when it came out. I wanted it so bad because I'd always wanted to start my Thousand Suns, and I knew like this was the point when like Heresy was going to start coming out plastic like good. And I finally found someone on like a Facebook buy sell trade group that was getting rid of his, and 200 shipped that set, so 33% off, you know, no tax, no shipping or anything on it. I got that box. Mine was even more of a steal. I would buy another one of those though. Like if I was like needing another Land Raider Spartan or something, like if I ever wanted to make like a personal transport of Magnet or something, just buy that box again. Anyway, I painted the Dark Angels like Blood Angels. They're shot and that's fine. Totally fine, dude. I will not hold that against you. Hey, how you want to paint. You just started on painting. What are you painting, Jerry? What are you working on? That's awesome, and welcome to the hobby. Like I said, I love the Horus Heresy. You can tell the people that write the rules love it. There are definitely like hiccups with the rules. It's not super well balanced. Oh, we always get the Space Wolf players in here. That's fine. That's fine. Welcome in. I'm just happy you're painting. Space Wolves. But yeah, you're playing some jazz funk in the background. Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, the lo-fi hip hop beats. One of the things my local group does, my local heresy group, thoughts on Imperial Fist. Imperial Fist and heresy is that, or just like my personal thoughts on Imperial Fists. One thing my heresy group does, and I've noticed this with a lot of the newer, like smaller games that pop up. When you schedule a game with someone, it's like the common courtesy is you talk to your opponent, you communicate with your opponent beforehand, and you share your lists ahead of time, and if you're going to take something crazy, and by crazy it's normally either one of two things, either a Lord of War, which is like big super heavy tanks, knights or titans, those kind of things. You're going to bring something like that. Or if you are bringing a Primarch, talk to your opponent and you ask them beforehand, before anybody makes a list. And that way people can plan for it, because the Lords of War in general, but Primarchs especially, are like very difficult to deal with if you don't know you're going up against them. All right, I am cheering.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for
cheering for your daughter, because Thousand Sons are the G's, right? RDM, what's going on, man? Yeah, the Vespid, new Vespid do look really good. I agree. I'm a big fan of the Vespid minis. Who are we looking? What are we looking at? Oh, he's got Thousand Sun. Holy cow! Hold on. Dude, did you just paint that this weekend? That's fantastic looking. PA's dark gray blue and Citadel's Ahriman blue. Wow. Honestly, dude, that is such a perfect blue. I will tell you also, because I own Ahriman blue. If you want to get an even better blue than Ahriman blue, right here, it's the same color, dark turquoise. This is the same color, but this covers so much better, and look at me, it's so much thinner. This is way better. Ooh, what am I looking at? Where am I looking this time? Yeah, dark turquoise. If you can get a hold of this dark turquoise, yeah, it has replaced all of my Ahriman blue painting. It's super good. And there is a normal turquoise, so you can highlight even higher if you want. You goofed. Oh no. Rip it, Rex. It's okay, man. We all have a slip up every now and then. Now you gotta post something in Discord now, Rip it, Rex. You gotta post something for me to look at. Half painting, half watching. That's alright. Well, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. And Choach, what's going on? And AKA Former. How you doing? Yeah, that is solid looking. How long did that take you to get to that point? Curious what your time frame is on that Thousand Sun. And I'm assuming you sprayed him. Was that like Retributor armor you sprayed him with? Oh, it's AP. Okay, that's the speed paint gold. Is that like hoplite gold or something? Love the new scaling for the Mark III and Horus Heresy. I like the old Mark III. Yeah. So I don't own any of the Mark III, old or new. I did have some of the old Mark III and they were fine. Being a Thousand Sons player, I don't think Mark III fits with my army super well. I'm a big fan of Mark IV And I like the Mark 6. I think those all look better. I would love some Mark 5 though. I would love Mark 5. I need Mark 5 STLs. I don't have Mark 5 STLs. I'm kind of sad about that. But my understanding with the Mark 3, you know, I'm sure anybody who's worked with them understands this, but my understanding is they made the spikes on the helmets easy to cut off. Luke looks around before scuttling. Hey DC, what's going on? DC is our walking encyclopedia of PlateUp. DC, do you paint minis? Are you in like mini painting or into Warhammer or anything? I need to hang out in blue streams, so I'll be and chill for a while. Oh, sweet. Okay. Oh, that's super cool. What are you painting? You want to know which armies are in the Age of Darkness box? Der Schatten, there are no specific armies. A Space Marine Legion, that you can't make a Solar Auxilia army, or a Mechanicum, or a Cult Militia, or Demons of the Ruined Storm. Or I guess Custodes out of that box, but you take that box and you make whatever legion you want out of it. The only thing is because all the legions share units except for a couple legion specific units, and every legion has their own rules that you know might give certain units more preference for that legion over others. But like any, you know, military organization, like they kind of have to have some balance. So yeah, that set is made for any legion. You know, like if you're wanting, for example, Blood Angels. Blood Angels work really well. I think their legion rule is they get +1 to wound on the charge. Is a disgustingly powerful special rule. The issue with that is you want to charge to get that rule to work. So you can either treat it in the game as a nice like backup finisher move kind of thing. Like, hey, I'm going to use my tactical marines, I'm going to gun down everything, and then I'm going to charge in afterwards and finish off my target and kind of guarantee it with +1 to wound. Because when you're fighting a lot of other Space Marines, going from wounding on 4s to 3s is a really big deal. Or you can lean into that ability, and the best way to lean into that ability is you use them as one big army. Yep, that's what most people do. Most people use it as one big army. You got 2 characters there. You got a Dreadnought, a massive Spartan transport, which is like a supersized Land Raider. Yeah. You can lean into your Blood Angels, and you can go full assault and focus on that rule, which means a lot of Assault Marines and jump packs, and they have some army abilities called Rites of War. It's like ways to build your armies that focus on deep striking. Disgustingly powerful. But yeah, that leans into just jump troops. Obviously that set doesn't work so well if you're wanting to lean into the jump troop aspect. There's another Blood Angels Rite of War that's like defending era is like the theme of it. I don't think you're allowed to have jump packs in that specific Rite of War, which is really works the Age of Darkness box, and I've heard that's also really good. So Misfit never specified my thoughts on Imperial Fist, if they want my 30k thoughts or just thoughts in general. I do like Imperial. I think Imperial Fists are really cool. I really like the chapters, which Imperial Fist is like probably the main one. That's like a Codex adherent chapter, but has like just a little bit of their own kind of like flavor to them. And Imperial Fists are very much like that faction to it, right? So I think they're really cool. And I think like all the successors to the Imperial Fist got all the crazy basically. Imperial Fist seemed like super chill in comparison to the Black Templars and Soul Drinkers, Sons of the Phoenix, and all that stuff. So, finish the green and gold dragon. Gonna start a Cloud Giant test today. Are those Bolzors minis? Will be painting as translucent parts. Oh, nice, nice. I'm not a huge fan of painting translucent parts. Normally, if I get translucent parts on a mini, I just prime them and paint them with everything else. It's supposed to be White Dragon don't follow the rules. Yeah, yeah. I love Nolzur's minis. They're like fantastic and simple. Like what I want. Yeah, Der Schaden, if you want, you have questions about heresy stuff, feel free to ask me, because I love talking about Horus Heresy. So I'd love to answer questions. I hope you have a local group that's a good size near you, and I hope everybody is I hope it's a good group. To build a Warhammer army, it would not follow the rules. Just pick out my favorites from various factions and paint them. That's fair. Alright, DC. Alright. Alright. The rule breaker. It's quite an orc starter set for Age of Sigmar. Who doesn't love painting green skins? Nice. Skins are fun to paint. What's going on, Journeyman? You've been in here for a little bit, haven't you? High earlier, right? You know what? That's totally fine. It really is, DC. Probably what my son would do. My son just like went all in. He not this past Sunday. It was last Sunday. I played a game of Horus Heresy. And my son was hanging out with me at the store that day. He was watching me play, and he just got like sucked into the game. So, hey, hello again, Silver. Yeah, Silver's chilling. Old Sundew, what's going on? And yes, these are for the old world. Yep. My Blood Knights I'm working on. Taking longer than I expected to paint, but I don't mind it. These are minis that deserve the time, right? I knew they would take a while just because these minis are incredibly detailed and they're cavalry. Best way to strip paint. There are a couple products. One is called Ellie is Totally Awesome, and another is called Simple Green, or you can just use isopropyl alcohol. The first two are industrial cleaners. I think Simple Green smells better and is not as toxic. However, I think LA's works a little better. LA's and Simple Green, you can let your minis soak for 2, 3, 4 days, and then get a soft bristle toothbrush, and you scrub them, and then maybe re-soak them if you need to. What color gems do Thousand Suns usually have on their armor? I think red would look nice. Red and green, I think both look good. Well, what's that? Looks very nice. Love some cavalry. Did I see High Fleet Behemoth Winged Prime pop up? Probably, yeah. Those are community minis up here, right there. those are people in our community that put pictures of their minis online on the Discord, and I show off the pictures. I haven't updated it in a minute. I really should. So, might become at some point. We have some very talented people. Shut up, Lou. It's been a few months. Simple Green doesn't get off everything, but it's cheap and get off a lot of paint. Yeah, Simple Green than ISO is probably not a bad idea. One thing to keep in mind though, if you primed your minis, the primer will not come off. So the way primer works, fundamental to understanding why primer doesn't get stripped off minis. Primer chemically bonds and forms with the plastic to create a surface that helps paint bind to the mini. So when you're stripping paint off the mini and it gets down to the primer and you're scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing, it feels like the paint is off, but you still see primer covering the mini. You need to understand that that is plastic and primer that is chemically bonded. That stuff is not going to come up without you actually physically rubbing the plastic bare. So when you're stripping a mini and you have primer on that mini, just know that primer is not going to come all the way off. To clean my car sometime. There you go. Yeah. Simple Green. Simple Green is the way to go. Just got this guy. We just have one more after this, guys. Good Rattle Can White primer. Oh. Man, Rattle Can White primer is the reason I bought an airbrush. That and Rattle Can varnishes. Literally the direct reason I bought an airbrush was a bad experience with some primer and some varnish. It's one too many bad experiences. Before I was streaming, Pro Curls, why you bought an airbrush? Nice. Before I was streaming, I had been out of painting for a little while. I was playing a lot of other games. I would paint just to like paint in my squadrons for Armada or whatever. But Star Wars Legion came out. And it wasn't just Star Wars Legion, so I got some Star Wars Legion minis. Yeah, and I painted, it was Jyn Erso. I love Rogue One. I think Jyn Erso is a super cool character. So I bought the Jyn Erso mini, and I put, like, a ton of effort into painting that. I loved it. I was so proud of that mini. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to get some more stuff to paint. And I'm just going to enjoy painting. I started painting minis. Well, then like Clone Wars stuff came out for Star Wars Legion, and I jumped like full into Clone Wars and Star Wars Legion, and I was painting Rebels and about to get heartbroken. Yeah, painting not Rebels. It was I had a Grand Army of the Republic and I had a Droid Army, and so I bought 3 core sets for that game, and I've been painting minis for about 25 years. So you can get good a lot faster than I did. Don't use my time getting decent at painting as a frame of reference. Things were a lot different back then, and I was off and on for a long time. So I bought some characters. It was Padme Amidala and can't remember the clone character that came. The droid character came out at the same time she did. But I had these 2 characters. Sweet, I'm going to paint these characters. Spray painted them Corax white. And I go to paint the minis and they're all fuzzy. Because, you know, I held the paint can a little too far away. or it was a little too dry out, or a little too cold, or a little too warm. I don't know. Whatever it was a little too something. And I was furious. Like, I really wanted to paint these minis really well. Yeah, and I got the fuzzy primer. It just made me mad. So I was like, you know what? Screw this. Screw it. I'm just gonna buy an airbrush. I like painting enough. I've been painting enough. I'm just gonna get an airbrush, and I never have to deal with the fuzzy primer again. So I did. I bought a $100 kit on Amazon. Started airbrushing once I got the hang of it, and I got over the frustration of the paint cup spilling all over me all the time because I kept trying to turn my airbrush upside down, all that whole thing. Yeah, never went back. I have primed some things with rattle cans, normally terrain. I don't bother with terrain. Like big terrain pieces with the airbrush, that to me is unnecessary. So, rattle can for terrain. I've been painting for about 25 years. I was like 12, was my 12th birthday when I got my first minis. Back when I started painting, didn't exist. The way you learned to paint was White Dwarf magazine, and it was back when they showed normal people's paint jobs. So like someone would just write an article for White Dwarf, and it'd be like, here's how I dry brush, and they would show like a Space Marine, or they would show you like how to paint a Black Templar, and like they used dry brushing on them. And you look at that mini today, and like, I guarantee, yeah, I went from the painting lad to the painting deck. Yeah, it was a considerable time difference between them. But yeah, you guys can paint better than like the minis in these articles. I'll break them out sometime and show you guys. And the paint was lead, it tasted better. Yeah, I don't think I ever painted with lead paint, so I'm not that old. But yeah, so learning new techniques was a lot more difficult. And once YouTube came out and like really got established with like the paint scene and like people making guides on like how to paint minis and all this stuff, like people can just accelerate so much faster. You know, you hear the buzzwords and the techniques, you hear highlighting and dry brushing and washing and glazing and feathering or non-metallic metals and all this stuff. You hear these things. I had no idea what non-metallic was until like 8 years into painting my first minis, and I had been playing mini games that whole time. Miss some of the old days. Like White Dwarf still shows regular people. Here's some super talent. Yeah. I agree. I still read through my old White Dwarf magazines. I have 100 of them maybe. They're so good. Old White Dwarf is just something special. Like my early mid 2000s White Dwarf magazines. It's fantastic. Some seeing how it's done is more understandable than seeing pictures. Yeah, that's right. Yep. When they just explain to you, wipe the paint off your brush and then gently go over the mini, and it's like, why that wouldn't work? Well, if I'm wiping the paint off my brush. Yeah. There was also a wonderful resource in forums, internet forums. Internet forums are really janky to make guides too. They ended up just being lower quality than Dwarf. I do know Daka is still one that's around, and I occasionally browse Daka, and man, that place is the most negative miniatures related community. Mind, it's really depressing. It's the same people have been posting there for 30 years, and it's depressing. Literally all the same names I've been reading for years. When I come back and I read things, it's like, oh, it's the same 10-15 people commenting, and they're always just like activity non-stop. New to painting, any tips for my first Tyranid set? Ooh, what colors League of Iron Solari? Also, thank you for the follow. I saw you followed a little earlier. Yeah, Crucial Blue nailed it right there. Think of a color scheme. Yeah, practice on a couple minis. You know, think about what you like. Post some pictures and get some advice if you think you need it, or if you just want some compliments. You know, there's that. If you are painting an army, I recommend learning how to batch paint. It is not quite as enjoyable than painting one mini at a time. However, if you're painting an army of Tyranids, you will be painting a lot of Tyranids. Not sitting around waiting for paint to dry. Not, you know, like spending all night on one mini. Like, just getting a lot done feels better in the long run to me. Is actually the way in my opinion, finish army, to finish painting mini, to finish painting squads. Wraithbone with Naggaroth Knight. Yeah, one. So I'm hesitant to recommend this since you're new to painting, but Tyranids lend themselves really well to contrast paint. And you might not be familiar with contrast paint, but a contrast paint is basically GW sells a ton of contrast paint. I really like contrast paints. They're a tint. They're translucent tints that seep down into the recesses of the mini and darken the recesses, and they highlight the higher parts that stick out on the minis, and it makes for kind of a one coat of paint gets you a pretty good effect of base coat wash highlight, which is like the basic method of painting. And Tyranids are probably the best army to use that with, because it works best with like organic looking. Is literally all Tyranids are, just nothing but organics. So what my recommendation for that would be to spray paint your primer. I assume you're going to use a spray paint primer. Put on your spray primer of a bright color, so like Wraithbone would be perfect. And then you just work with that contrast paint. You paint everything underneath, and like Skeleton Horde is a really good color. You paint the entire mini Skeleton Horde, and then you paint your contrast paint purple, which some people recommend. I think it's called Leviathan purple. The color's way too dark. Gotta find out something better. I'm not sure some of the other purple contrast out there, but yeah, finding a good mid-tone purple contrast, and that Skeleton Horde is really a good one. Skeleton Horde is a really good contrast paint. Takes some practice. Magos Purple is okay. Magos Purple is a really nice shade of purple. I actually own that one. That's one of my 2 purples I own. Magos Purple is a really good shade. Magos Purple is very weak, though. It's a good like wash level paint. It doesn't really like give you that like purple looking like color. It doesn't make something look like it's already been purple. Just like kind of shades what you have with a little bit of purple in the back. So, okay, JD Hetzer's got, yeah, those pro painted minis. Look at those. Look at those pro painted minis. Old Rogue Trader book. Seeing Discord, I'm blown away. We have some really talented painters in Discord. Don't let that intimidate you. People of all experience levels in Discord, so you're gonna find minis of all different qualities. That's fine. You are where you are, and people will give you compliments regardless. What's up here? His workshop. Let's look through their paints. 6 shades of purple. Shyish purple or Luxion purple. Does anyone have experience with either of those colors? Shyish purple looks like, I don't have an actual like bottle color. I just have like their swatch that they have, but Shyish purple looks like the one you might want to use. It looks a little more like, just says Space Marines. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, just compare your work to yourself. I also recommend Shyish purple's really dark. Okay, so maybe not Shyish purple. Filters. Maybe Luxion purple. Richer color. Makes it 50-50 with Leviathan. Okay, alright. We're talking purple, Doc Hollywood, that's right. Will sound like something you say when you're allowed to swear. Yeah, Shyish. What I recommend for people is your first mini, never repaint your first mini. Keep that mini around and use that as like a reference to like see how far you've come. That's what you do with that first mini. You take that first mini and then you can date the bottom of the base. That's a great thing to add to that. Yeah. But use that to say like, hey, look how far I've come between first and second mini, first and 20th mini, my first and 500th mini. You can always look at that mini as a reference and it'll give you a chuckle. If it's part of your army, that's fine. If it looks way worse, it's super hilarious. Like, who cares if like the one Termagant looks like garbage compared to like the others? It's a great story to tell people. Like, that's the first mini I ever painted. He's gonna be the first one to die, but that's the first mini I ever painted. Lady at the doctor's office can't book an appointment. Need to do it online. You ever hear anything so stupid? Was the office paid? Oh no. Oh, that's lame, Troy. I'm sorry to hear that. First means your best. Not because of technical example, because it shows your journey began. That's true. Precious memory worthy of holding on to. Take stickers and put them under the base. Write your receipt on it. That's a good idea. Yeah. That's Gary, the veteran of the Long War. That's right, Odo. Yeah. Yeah, keep that first mini. Naggaroth Knight. My best comparison... Sorry, reaching across the... It's not it. Where are you? It's this one. Okay. I love Pro-Akryl's Dark Purple. This is like the equivalent, in my opinion, of Naggaroth Knight. This color is so good. It's a little dusty on top. It's been sitting around. But this color is so good. It's a one coat cover. It just gives me such good feelings when I paint with this dark purple. Great color. I love Pro-Akryl paints. Absolutely love Pro. So these other three here, last three, so guys, we finished the edge highlights on the Blood Knights. Dark purple's the base of your armor. Oh, that's so good. That's so good, blue. So we have more highlights to do on these. I don't have time to start them tonight. So I think what we're going to do is find someone to raid. And we're gonna raid out here in a minute. Dershaden, I stream Sundays from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. This is my Sunday night.
Let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your
home.
home.
Right now, my schedule is Tuesday through Thursday, and it's 10 a.m. Eastern. Just Eastern, not quite Eastern Standard Time, right? It's Eastern Daylight still. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. So I stream about 4 hours Tuesday to Thursday. I will be jumping back in a fourth weekday sometime in the near future. But my only regular evening stream is Sundays. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I'm Eastern Daylight. What time zone you in, Dershaden? I might be able to help you out with the math real quick. Really hard time finding equivalent, but I think Midnight Purple from Vallejo is the closest that comes in a dropper. Okay. Yeah, Zendral uses Naggaroth Knight for his Imperial Fist. I want to say it's the 7th Company. They use purple on their trim. And he has since replaced it with dark purple. This was a close equivalent. Yep. Or at least a close enough equivalent. It's 4:50 a.m. Okay, so you are 6 hours ahead of me. So I'm at 10 a.m., then you'd be at 4 p.m. Yeah. 6 hours ahead. I'm gonna take a minute. We're gonna find someone to raid real quick. Like this weird double thing. Der Schotten, are you in Germany? I would have guessed based on the username. I don't want to assume. Okay, let's raid around our miniature friends. Line Creative's on. Okay. Rottweiler's on. Let's go raid Line Creative. We have not raided him in a while, and he is super cool, and he's a very talented painter. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry, thank you for the follow, man. I saw that. I saw it. Alright. Line Creative is painting an incredible tree, dude. I don't know. It's a primal? Okay. That is super cool. Incredible painter, guys. I'm going to ask you go in, say hi, and follow. That's all I ask. Just say hi and follow. Because we're gonna be super cool to our community. And yeah, it's what the cool kids are doing, saying hi and following. That's what we're doing. All right, yep, got this raid going. So thank you so much for coming to hang out, guys. Thank you for making this a great stream. I am super proud of what I got done, and I had a ton of fun talking to you guys, chatting it up. I'll be back on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, painting Emperor's Children, some Heresy minis for Emperor's Children. That's what we will be doing this coming week. Hopefully some characters doing some stuff. But thank you again, guys, and you all have a wonderful evening. Bye, everybody.